In the town of Douroula, a wave of celebration recently filled the air. Residents who had long lived under the shadow of fear and displacement finally came together in the streets to express their gratitude and happiness. The scene was alive with chanting, dancing, and applause, a living testimony to how much peace and stability mean to a community that has endured hardship. What stood out was the unity of every generation. Elders, young people, women, and children, all pouring into the streets to celebrate life and to reaffirm their hope for the future. The day marked more than just a simple gathering. It was a powerful demonstration of resilience, pride, and relief. For the people of Douroula, joy had returned to their daily lives, and they wanted the world to see it. Situated about 20 kilometers away from Douroula, the town had suffered in the past from insecurity that forced families to flee their homes. Many lived as displaced people for months and years, longing for the comfort of their own village. Now, with the restoration of safety and the return of their communities, they could finally walk freely in their own streets and celebrate with confidence. For many families, this homecoming was deeply emotional. Parents who once had to protect their children by leaving everything behind could now breathe easier, knowing that the nightmare of displacement was behind them. The return to Douroula was not just about going back to old houses and land. It was about reclaiming dignity, rebuilding social bonds, and rediscovering the rhythms of normal life. The collective relief and happiness poured into chants of support, songs of gratitude, and dances that filled the dusty streets with color and energy. One resident expressed it simply: "We had been forced to abandon our village and lived in displacement for a long period. But today, thanks to the efforts made to secure our community, we have returned home." We are very happy words like these reflect the voice of thousands who share the same story. Stories of endurance through hardship and now joy in the return of peace. The celebrations were organized by the local coordination of citizen vigilance in Douroula, which brought together men, women, and children from all corners of the commune. They marched from the market square, passed through the prefecture, and continued to the headquarters of their community groups. Some walked, others ran, but all joined in the same rhythm of unity and gratitude. It was more than just a march. It was a statement of belonging. The sight of people of all ages moving together demonstrated their shared belief in a better future, one where solidarity and stability define their daily lives. This spirit of solidarity was echoed in speeches delivered throughout the gathering. Residents emphasized how determined they were to safeguard their hard-won peace and to support one another. They called for continued values of patriotism, integrity, and unity, urging everyone to work together in building a sustainable future for Douroula. Their words made clear that peace is not just something to celebrate, but also something to preserve through collective responsibility. Women in particular played a powerful role in the celebration. Dressed in traditional fabrics, they paraded with songs and dances that carried messages of hope. Their presence symbolized the resilience of families and the vital role women play in holding communities together, even in difficult times. They expressed gratitude for the stability that allowed them to return and prayed for continued protection and blessings for their leaders and their communities. Their joy reflected an unshakable truth. When women are able to stand tall in their homes and villages, the entire society benefits. The event was not only about music and dance, but also about action. The people of Douroula took concrete steps to show their commitment to rebuilding their community. Despite their own challenges, they pooled their resources to support broader efforts. The population contributed 200,000 CFA francs to the Patriotic Support Fund, 150,000 CFA francs to help mobile police intervention units, and 300,000 CFA francs to help mobile police intervention units francs to support the volunteers for the defense of the fatherland in their commune. These contributions, though modest in monetary value, carried immense symbolic weight. They showed that the people are not passive beneficiaries of peace, but active participants in strengthening and maintaining it. One of the most touching aspects of the day was the emphasis on gratitude. Again and again, speakers reminded the crowd how far they had come, from displacement and despair to security and joy. "Even if we had no food today," said one villager, "we would still be satisfied because we are safe and we are home." Such words reflect the profound importance of stability. For a community that has known fear, nothing compares to the comfort of security, even above material needs. That feeling was visible in every smile, every drumbeat, and every dance step that marked the celebration. At the same time, community leaders used the occasion to remind people of the importance of continued vigilance. While it was a day of joy, it was also a call to remain united, avoid division, and continue working toward collective goals. They encouraged residents to reject hate speech and maintain a spirit of respect and cooperation with their authorities. They also called for solidarity in farming and rebuilding, especially since the last agricultural season had been difficult and many families had not been able to cultivate their fields. This reminder grounded the celebration in reality. Peace is precious, but it requires constant care and shared responsibility. The mood, however, remained overwhelmingly joyful. Between the beating of drums, the clapping of hands, and the laughter of children, the people of Douroula rediscovered the feeling of community spirit. Traditional songs echoed through the streets, accompanied by lively dances that celebrated not just the return of peace, but also the richness of their cultural heritage. For many, this day will remain etched in memory as a symbol of resilience and renewal. What happened in Douroula is more than a local event. It reflects a broader truth about human communities. When people come together, share their gratitude, and commit to protecting what they value, they create bonds that are stronger than any challenge. The celebration was not just about thanking those who restored peace, but also about affirming their own commitment to live in solidarity and to look after one another. This shared determination ensures that the hardships of the past remain in the past, while the promise of the future shines brighter. As the sun set on the day of festivities, the streets of Douroula were still alive with song and dance. Families returned home not only with tired feet, but also with hearts full of pride and gratitude. The community had made its voice heard loud and clear. Douroula is alive again. Its people are united, and their determination to protect peace is stronger than ever. The echoes of their celebration will carry forward, reminding everyone that resilience, gratitude, and unity are the true foundations of lasting peace.